Our Guardians topic today is brought to us by FanDuel. If you want to bet on the rest of Major League playoffs, then FanDuel is the place to do it. Right now, new customers can bet $5, and if that $5 bet wins, you'll get $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. So if you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com/UCSS to get started. That is FanDuel.com/UCSS to place your first $5 bet. Jay, in Game 2, we saw the Guardians erupt late to win that game. Yeah. Yesterday in Game 3, we saw the Tigers erupt in the 7th inning. All the wheels fell off for Cleveland. And
even before that, Mike, kudos to Dylan Dingler, Northeast Ohio's own.
Grew up an Indians fan.
Right,
Guardians fan.
He's a Buckeye, and he went to, I can't remember the name of the school, but he went to he's from Massillon. But he didn't go to I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. But he made that great throw to throw out Jose Ramirez on the steal attempt after Jose tied the game with a single. And then he hits the home run that gives the Tigers the lead. Obviously, they put up the 4 against an overtaxed bullpen in the following inning. But that caught stealing, he had to make a perfect throw to throw out Jose.
Yep.
He did.
And it was.
And then he hit a home run the next inning. And I think it was 2 outs, nobody on when he hit it.
Yeah.
And those 2 plays really changed the momentum. Like when the Guardians had gotten that hit by Ramirez to tie the game, I felt good that they were going to win the game. And that caught stealing and that home run were huge plays.
Manny, Jose's base running can be parsed a million different ways. I live with those mistakes. He's an aggressive base runner. That's what he does. I know we have the benefit of the results. He was out by a millisecond on both of those. I don't fault him at all. You're in the playoffs and your offense is challenged and you got to do something. He was forcing the issue. I like the idea of making the other team make perfect throws, and they
100%
did.
You go for it there.
Yeah,
he literally made a perfect throw, and he barely got him.
It was millisecond.
9 out of 10 times you're going to steal that base. The only beef you could have with Jose in terms of base running, it's a minor thing. It might not have mattered. In the 8th inning, when they scored the 2 runs, when he's running to second, he looked back to see what. I don't know why he did that.
I don't either.
Bizarre.
And it probably cost him the base.
Yeah, and Javi Baez, I said this years ago. He still is. It's a little thing that nobody ever talks about. Nobody is a better tagger than Javi Baez.
Wow,
he slams down that tag so fast that I'm telling you, any other fielder, Jose's safe at second.
Yeah.
But between the turnaround for a sec and then the tag by Baez, that was the out. Now, they were still down 6-3, but, you would have had a runner in scoring position. Who knows?
Yeah, and nobody did anything after that, obviously.
No. No sign.
I think, to quote the late, great Denny Green, one of my all-time favorite coaches, just for his sound bites alone, they were who we thought they were.
Yeah, sure.
The Guardians were offensively challenged. We knew that runs would be extremely hard to come by. But they had the big inning in the 8th of Game 2, but if you take that out,
that was the only inning they did anything.
That's it. It's the only inning that they really put anything together. And they did it with multiple guys, and they got the 2 doubles and then a couple of home runs, and it was
great. That was
the
inning. They got 4 extra base hits in that inning.
Yeah, 2 doubles, 2 homers.
And then the rest of the series, they got, I think, 3 extra base hits.
Yeah, they just did.
The entire rest of that series besides that inning. By the way, is Stephen Vogt more upset today about the Guardians losing this series or the fact that Jason Lloyd was mistaken for him?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I heard about that.
You heard about that?
Work. Yeah.
That was pretty funny.
It is very funny. And now I think you have a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do it,
apparently
right
Nolan Jones went running through the clubhouse because he thought Jason was Vogt, and he was wondering why Vogt was in the scrum talking to Stephen Kwan.
No, it was Valera.
Oh, Valera, sorry.
Yeah, and like he even, I guess they were cracking up. Like they legitimately thought I was. And I've gotten that before.
Yeah.
That you look a lot.
Oh no, I definitely see the similarities.
The beard game is crazy.
Yeah. If you put the Guardian, just put the pull on.
So
the pullover.
If we put Ant and Hedges and me and Vogt.
That would be so epic.
So Nolan came running over, and I've spent a little bit of time in the Guardians, not a ton, but I've been in the clubhouse a little bit this year, and so Nolan came up to me after I was done with Valera, and he's like, "Hey, we weren't laughing at you. We just thought you were Vogt. Like, we couldn't figure out why Vogt was talking. Like, you look so much like
pretty
Vogt.
funny.
You think they were laughing at you?
I didn't even know what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I didn't even know.
Yeah, right. Why would you?
And I wasn't paying attention to him.
Yeah.
But like, Zach's like, oh, yeah, he was waiting you out to talk to you. Which players, but like Nolan's like by all accounts,
super
really
good
dude.
He's
and he was like killing time with Zach.
He probably feared that you had seen him laughing, and he didn't want you to think that he was laughing at you.
It wouldn't bother me if they were. I wouldn't care.
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny.
But it was really funny that he was like.
I mean, think about it. That's his manager.
Yeah,
you like
see him every
day. Mistake someone for him.
Every day.
The
for
similarity has to be jaw dropping. Can we do a split screen between Voter and Jay or no?
Yeah, and can we?
I'd have to take the glasses off.
Yeah, you would have to take the glasses off, and I think if you garbed up with a hat and the pole, it would be dead on.
We might have
to.
Yeah, you should do that.
Maybe we'll have some fun with that next year.
Yeah, we should. And Hedges, I mean, Ant and Hedges to me are two of the most similar looking people that have no DNA. I don't think they have any DNA. It's just unbelievable how much Hedges looks like Ant.
Yeah.
It's stunning. Back to the guards quickly. I don't think we're going to spend too much time on this. I don't know. Maybe we will. It drove home a couple of things. It's inexcusable that the front office has let things get this bad. By front office, I don't mean Antonetti and Chernoff. I don't mean that.
They deserve some criticism too.
They do, but you can flip it two ways.
Yeah.
Look at what they've done with what they've been given. I mean, on that alone,
yeah.
I had a conversation yesterday with a longtime media representative who's never covered the Guardians, and this is what he said. I've never seen a team consistently outperform its checkbook like this one has over the last 13 years. 8 playoff appearances in 13 years. They have never been in the upper half of salary that entire time. Now they're at 27. They were the lowest payroll to make the playoffs. What they have done with what they are given, that's why I'm saying I don't want to ding Cherney and Antonetti for this, because God knows how terrible this could be if we didn't have those guys.
I hear you, but they deserve some dinging.
But they don't decide who's going to...
But they do decide who's running their hitting infrastructure, which has been a complete failure.
Okay, if you want to go there, I think that's a different discussion.
Yeah,
I do.
All the free agent money, most of the free agent money they have spent in recent years has been spent poorly.
I know it has. I won't argue against that.
There's some criticism. It's not... They don't get a pass for their entire careers just because the owner doesn't spend.
And I'm not giving them one.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I'm not... Yes, I give them flowers, and you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I have many times.
What I'm doing is I'm just pointing out the obvious.
Yes.
This same person said, how in the hell do you guys have any fans in that building? How?
Yeah, it's fair.
And I said, no, listen, that's a really good question. Now, granted, we didn't sell out any of the games because Major League Baseball. And by the way, Major League Baseball shafted us more this year than I can ever remember a team being shafted by Major League Baseball. We have 2 pitchers that were unavailable, and they've got nothing on them. Nothing.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Jay, then let's see it.
It's coming.
Okay, why is it taking so long?
That I don't know.
And you know what? If you had it, then show your hand. If you didn't, let them play.
I agree with you.
That was nothing but a shaft job, as far as I'm concerned.
It's not if they have
real evidence. You think they're going to do that to the New York Yankees? We've got whispers. I don't know that they are.
Come on,
I don't know. Bull, I don't know.
That doesn't make any sense.
Major League Baseball right now is so favorable to the Coastals and the big markets.
In what way?
That's what they want in the playoffs. They want...
I know that,
but the top 4 markets made the postseason. The top 4. New York, L.A., Chicago, Philadelphia.
They spend more money. That's why.
Well, they can spend more money because baseball system allows them to spend more money.
Okay, but that's not like that's a union versus league thing. That this idea that the league is cheating for the big market teams, I don't believe.
Bull, they're not cheating. They're allowing the big market teams to have this unbelievable advantage. We've talked about this a million times.
Because
the fact that there's a floor.
The league wants a salary cap. The players are the ones who don't want
Manfred's
it, which
walking into the clubhouses and the players are throwing them out.
So I don't know how that's the league's fault.
And because they should. I think they should throw them out. But when you have a system that allows a team to spend $80 million on its major league roster, while another team is spending $330 million, that just spits in the face of logic.
Can I give them a little credit? I'm gonna give
baseball
them
or the Guardians?
No, the Guardians.
Okay,
I'm gonna
sure.
give them a little credit. What I saw was encouraging. At the end of the season, when they did have their 2 pitchers out, what I liked the most was they could have let Valera and Kafis and DeLauder and all these guys just sit around in the minor leagues. if they've moved and pivoted to saying, all right, well, we're not going to spend no money, well, let's go ahead and really give these young dudes an opportunity to play, to develop. Because when I go back and I look at, the heyday of what the Indians used to be, which is kind of messed up because they already compared to that. But those guys were homegrown, the Tomies and the Bells and the Biergers and the Loftons and the Ramirez's. Those guys were homegrown, right? And
Lofton was acquired in a trade,
but
the rest were.
But for the most part,
I remember watching these guys in Canton Akron, going to see Canton Akron Indians and seeing these same guys and then seeing them up here. If they move and say, "Hey, we ain't got the money," we'll get some money pretty soon. We ownership. You guys talk about it all the time. Yeah. But if you're not going to do that, I'm encouraged by saying, you know what? We had some errors in the outfield. Some from some young guys. Young guys had some tough at bats. But guess what? Next year, why would you not be excited about the spring when you have all of these guys potentially back again starting the season, plus another guy like Bazzana? For me, that was like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, and there's a lot of potential with that. And yes, I thought Valera accounted himself very well in September. Kefis accounted for himself very well in September. Obviously, DeLauder's only 2 games, but it's good. He had some good at-bats in those 2 games. I think there's reason to be excited, but it's a lot of unproven players.
Yes.
The payroll, which was roughly $100 million this year, as of now, it's $50 million. Half the payroll is gone. Half of it.
Bieber's gone.
Bieber, Santana.
Santana was a big
Junis.
Chunk. Yep.
Hedges.
Clase was on for $6 million next year. That's probably coming off.
That's coming off. Luis Ortiz, not a lot of money there, but he's off.
They've got 5
Lane
guys.
Thomas.
They've got 5 guys next year making
their
money.
Their payroll right now is somewhere with arbitration raises probably around $60 million.
So they got some money to spend. What you telling me?
They've had money to spend forever, and
I'm telling you that I could make this team if they just put the payroll up to about 110, 150 million, which is not much more than this past year. I could drastically change this team. All right? You signed Pete Alonso, 3 years, $120 million. Crazy money per year. Pete Alonso is a 31-year-old first baseman. They don't get paid long-term contracts. Nobody offered him a long-term contract last year. Pete Alonso is the perfect fit for this team.
Yeah, he is.
Perfect.
What does he do? Hit 50 home runs a year?
I think he's averaged 42 in his career. And he'd be amazing.
And he's right-handed.
He's right-handed, which is exactly what they need. It's not ideal that he plays first base because they got all these guys, but I don't care.
But all these guys really aren't first basemen.
Right. Well,
they're playing first base, but
Kefis is okay.
Yeah,
he's
fine.
Not.
No,
if you could get Pete Alonso, you can move.
Give me a real first baseman.
Pete Alonso is a superstar, okay? And I know you like Ramirez in the 3 spot, but if I sign Pete Alonso, 1, 2, 3, Juan Ramirez, Pete Alonso, that's what I'm doing next year, okay? I signed JT Realmuto to a 2-year, $14 million contract to platoon with Bo Naylor at catcher. Now I have 2. Bo Naylor's not great, but he's a playable Major League Baseball catcher. I split the catching duties with a good veteran, a decent young player. They split. Then I go to the bullpen. I sign Emilio Pagan. He doesn't cost a ton of money, but he's a good late-inning reliever to add to the mix. Okay? I don't need to spend anything on pitching, on starting pitching.
No, your pitching
I don't need to spend anything that. And that's it. So, yes, I spent $40 million. Then I spent another 10, 15 million. I add 55, 60 million to the payroll. That means the payroll next year is at most 115 million, and I'm a significantly improved team with those guys.
You had said
that's
something.
what I'm talking about. Get on the phone with this man.
Pete Alonso,
Get on the phone with this man.
There was talk about Pete last year.
Come on.
Think about this for a second, okay? You got catcher Bo Naylor and JT Realmuto. Not amazing, but decent, right? That's decent.
Serviceable.
First base, Alonso, excellent. Bazzana, if he has a good spring training and he's healthy, there's no reason he shouldn't be the second baseman to start the year.
Well, come on. He ain't going to be the second baseman to start the year.
He should be.
He'll be up in 3 weeks.
Fine.
He'll be up in 3
so we'll
weeks.
say Rocchio and Arias for now. Eventually, Bazzana takes over for one of them. The other plays short. Jose at third. I know he's great in left field. I don't give a rat's ass. Steven Kwan's moving to center field.
Oh, wow.
Let's go. Steven Kwan's moving to center field. I got DeLauder in one corner. The other corner is a combination of Valera and Kefis. I know they hit the same way, but I spread them around. Manzardo's my DH. All right? I like that lineup.
I like it better than what we had.
That's a lot of potential.
Look, it's a hell of a lot better than what we had.
Way better.
I mean,
way better.
You're doubling your home run production for your starting lineup.
That's right. And and you got guys in Bazzana and DeLauder and Manzardo who I expect to be good players. I think Valera is going to be solid. I think Valera and Kafis are solid in 300 to 450 at bats.
I still hold my breath on injuries with the guys that have been oft injured.
I hear you. That's part of the game. It's going to happen.
Valera.
But if that's the lineup going into next season,
I feel
you're going to be happy.
Oh my God, I'm thrilled with that lineup. Jay, let me ask you a question. I said that and I'll stand by it. Even if they come out at the end of the season and say, "Here's what we have," it's still unfair to those guys that they were unable to play while they were snooping around trying to find the smoking gun. What have you heard that leads you to believe that they've got the goods and they're just sitting on it? Why would they sit on it?
I just think this offseason, I think both guys have thrown their last pitch in Major League Baseball.
Well, we said that instantly at the time. Yeah. We instantly said, that's it. These guys are done. I've seen enough proof. Yeah. I have. I mean, we've seen the pitches. We know what we haven't seen are the betting slips. I'm sure Major League Baseball has them. My thing is, and I'm not advocating for guys that are guilty. I think they are guilty. But absence of the evidence, they were unable to pitch. And I think that, look, they weren't going to be a World Series contender, but they took two huge pieces of the team out of the dugout.
I can't.
We haven't seen anything.
I can't look at Clase and say, "Boy, Emmanuel Clase would have made a big difference in October."
He would have helped.
No, he wouldn't have, because they would have traded him at the deadline.
Okay, then we'd have other pieces for him. Either way,
that is kind of
Major League Baseball doing what they did and when they did it. Why not wait until after the deadline? Screw the team that traded for him.
If you have evidence or believe that a man who's holding the baseball in his hand is literally throwing games, even if it's one pitch. How can you leave him out there?
Okay, so I'm glad you said it that way, because I had a discussion with 4 or 5 seam heads, and someone said the same thing. They said, you can't have a guy in the game that's throwing games. He didn't throw games.
Well, if he's intentionally throwing balls.
He threw pitches is what he did. And
intentionally in the dirt.
He wasted pitches that he felt were insignificant, and I can dig myself out of that hole. To me, it's kind of like Pete Rose betting on his team to always win.
Boy, I disagree. When you have the ball in your hand and you have control of the game and you're intentionally throwing the ball into the dirt.
Show me he threw baseball games in the playoffs last year. Now we got a conversation.
Yeah.
Now we can't have that guy anywhere near baseball. But my thing is, and I do think he's guilty. I do. But with each.
But you still want the murderer on the team for October.
No, what I want.
That's a little extreme.
But let's not call him a murderer. What I want is just fair justice being dispensed.
Yeah,
This is the same league that, like him or not, and I know there are those on this panel that don't like him at all. They jettisoned Trevor Bauer to the Netherlands, and what?
The league didn't do that.
The league, Bull, you and I both
but officially.
know. Officially, no, but you and I are both smart enough to look at the tea leaves and figure out what they say.
I hear you. The NFL did the same thing to Colin Kaepernick.
100%.
Big market.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
And by the way,
the word comes out from the bat cave and the tower light hits the sky. No one's touching Trevor Bauer. That was never in doubt. I knew when all that stuff blew up with the Dodgers, done. But let's just look at the fact of let's just look at the facts of the case that got him thrown out of baseball and banished forever. Like, what if that was your cousin? What if that was your brother? What if that was you? No one wants to feel like they're being treated unfairly, or at least not given a fair shake.
Now? Bauer?
I'm talking about all of it. I'm talking about Bauer. I'm talking about the Guardians pitchers. I think there was probably some smoke there with Bauer. I think what he was doing in his personal life was his business, and I think there was a lot of freakiness going on. But the law looked at it, and the law said, can't indict. Can't even indict.
Ultimately, when it comes to the Guardians, I think we've got
Am I wrong?
Little off track here. But ultimately, with the Guardians, like, if Clase did it, then he did it. Just because we don't know, their proof, doesn't mean they don't have proof.
If we don't know, if we don't know yet, what's the risk of letting him continue to pitch until you know for certain that he did it?
I'm saying maybe they do, but for whatever reason they haven't said it. I'm not sure. We don't know.
Back to the Alonso thing and the money you want. They're not spending money. No, I don't think anybody. I think you're going to see less spending this offseason in baseball
because of the uncertainty.
Because the work stopped.
Yeah, I'm afraid of that.
That doesn't make any sense. That's what an excuse that owners are going to use. It makes no sense. In fact,
they want to know that the dollars they want to know what the playing field is for the dollars that they're spending in the future. If that makes sense.
Well, but like if you're the Guardians,
there's going to be a work stoppage after the 26th.
I know that.
Certainly
But
feels
if you're
that
the
way.
Guardians, then if there's a work stoppage, well, then you pay Pete Alonso less for that year. You have what's the downside to signing him?
I don't think. I mean, I have no expectation that they're going to spend money this.
Of course,
Well,
I
they're
don't
going to
have
have
it
to.
either,
They're
but
going to have to
should.
spend some money.
Well, with guys,
I mean, they're not going to come here with a $60 million payroll.
I don't know. Are you sure about that?
Well, if
when
they
you
do,
build,
good luck. Whatever happens to you, you deserve.
When
at
you
that
build
point.
in, and I haven't done. I still looked at it a little bit last night. Arbitration raises. Some guys are gonna. Most of the guys are still league minimum. I think.
The only significant raise is going to be Quan. That's it. And that's
Quan will
maybe
go to
$3 million.
about. Quan should go to about $8 million. I think. Hosey's
I wouldn't
making
even
21.
say that's a significant raise.
Hosey's
Bull.
making
Yeah.
21.
That's pennies for
Quan's
it.
around 7 or 8. Trevor Steffen's on the books for like 3.5.
That's it.
and
Nobody else is on for
there's-
more than $2 million.
There's 2 other guys
Nope.
that are making. No, there are.
Who?
I just looked it up. I don't know. I just wrote about it.
No, I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, there is.
all right.
It's Steffen, Jose, Quan. Now you're
And
gonna make me
Stephen, you
find
say
it.
it is on the books. I mean, it's like $3 million.
I know it's not
I mean,
a ton, but it's still.
I don't know who else.
I'm
In
just
guards
mentioning guys
dollars,
who are
it's
above
a
league.
lot. In Major League Baseball dollars, it's sofa change.
Guards.
I
dollars
can't
is like
think of
play
who
money.
else. I don't.
I'll find it.
I
It's
can't-
not a lot. I'm not saying it's a ton. I'm just trying to find the guys who are above league minimum.
You think
Oh,
with this,
above league minimum.
whatever the new deal is, whenever we get it, do you guys
John
expect
Means
there
if
will
they
be a
pick up his
floor?
option.
There
There has to be a floor. You can't have a cap without a floor.
The whole reason of the cap is to have the floor.
The floor is more important than the cap.
I've been saying that
Yeah,
forever.
yeah.
I don't care what the cap is. If
Yeah.
if the New York Mets want to drive their Metsmobile around New York and throw $100 bills out the window, I'm for that. That's fine. They can't spend money wisely. They just don't know what they're doing. So
I mean, look at the
keep
Browns.
doing it.
They spend
Keep
more
it.
money than anybody.
They're
Don't know what they're doing.
They're the
Yeah.
NFL, the Major League Baseball's version of the Browns.
Yeah.
They just spend, and they win nothing.
Bybee. Ramirez, Quan, Bybee, Clase, and
Bybee.
Stefan, and
Yeah, he just
Clase
got
is
some
coming
Right,
off.
Clase's coming off. So now it's 4 guys, and Stephen's their 4th highest paid player.
It's like $3.5 million.
That's
$3.5
crazy.
million.
I don't know what Means. I forgot about Means.
Means
What's
has
his
an option, but I
Yeah.
don't know if they'll pick it up.
Why wouldn't you?
It's like, I think it's like $5 million.
The whole reason you signed him was for
Yeah,
next
but you've
year.
developed some pitchers now. Maybe you didn't.
Okay,
expect.
so trade him. I wouldn't just decline it.
Yeah, I
what
wouldn't
are you
either.
getting
You can
for
never
it?
have it. And for that
Something.
money, it might end up being a great deal. You
I
know,
don't know.
for the
I mean,
Guardians, if they
just-
develop them and they trade somebody.
I know it sounds crazy to say Alonso. There's no reason they can't sign him. They have a better position than most teams because their payroll's so low, and they're not paying anybody big money anytime soon. Who's going to get paid big money on this team?
I would
Nobody.
love to see Pete Alonso in a Guardians.
amazing.
jersey.
I would too.
I don't
It'd be
think
amazing.
I would
I don't
too.
think it's realistic.
I know it's not realistic, but it should be.
Yeah.
It should be, and it wouldn't take them over. Like if you signed Alonso to a $40 million a year deal on a somewhat short term, 3-4 years, your payroll's still under $100 million, or it's around $100
Which
million.
is stunning. Jay, how long are we in purgatory here? Well, when does the ownership, the Blitzer group,
Well, that's if Blitzer still wants to buy it.
officially
they'll-
take? Oh no, they're buying it.
They'll buy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're in.
I would think by the end of the decade they'll be
I thought it has to happen in the next 2 years.
no.
Well, that's when
See,
you can.
I forget too. At the time he took him on as a partner, I thought the number was 7 years, and I thought that was
It'll be-
2021.
It'll be by the end of the decade.
Oh, okay.
I spoke to someone.
I'm hoping 28. I mean, maybe it's wishful thinking.
I think it's
Zach
going to be the next 2 years.
Zach has done more digging on this than I have, and I don't want to give away all the
Right.
goods. First of all, I don't know that we've confirmed it all the way.
Yeah.
It'll for sure be the end of the decade.
So you telling me we got the Dome and the
you saying
Blitzer group
at the
at the
latest,
same
or-
That's what I'm talking about.
2030.
Yeah, let's go.
We're on the come up, guys.
I'll be 100, but it'll be fun for you guys.